How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? And I have made it possible for Among Us to be played on console and everything. I literally watched a video of all the tasks and everything that you need to do as a crewmate and the stuff that you need to do as imposter. And I jotted down a couple of notes that it can work specifically for console players and that it could just be put into the game. And I really want everybody to share this out to the developers of Among Us to see what I say here, that it could be a little bit possible, because I really do want Among Us to be on console, because I feel like it would be one of the it would skyrocket it even more than it is right now on mobile and PC and everything. So right now, okay, I can barely read because I am not wearing my glasses. Give me 1 second. Alright, I have my glasses. So let me get these two things out of the way. For as a crewmate, for opening up a map or a setting, or opening up a setting, or using the use or the report button, or calling in a meeting, or using or to look in the security room or the moderator in the admin, all can be placed with a button. You know, simple as that. To do anything, you could just use the button, and all the controls can be customized or just set to what I'm saying right now. So all of the stuff with settings, maps, all of that could be used for a button. So basically, the use button for most things could be just pressed by A, you know, all that stuff. And to pull up a map, you would need to press Y or something. And to move around with your character, it could just be left or right joystick. Really doesn't matter there too much. And then for the imposter, it could be a button to kill one button to one button to kill a person, the other button to go in event, and then you can press the D-pad on the controller to control where you go to vent, and then for a button to come out of the vent. And then to sabotage, you would need to press a button, and then you would need to use a D-pad to select where to sabotage, and then press a button. So let's say there's when you click to sabotage and there's one already selected that's highlighted in yellow. Let's say it's the reactor, and you want to disable the electricity, which is across, and you can use your D-pad to go through all the selections. So it goes like, let's say there's a reactor on top, the nuke on the top, the O2 at the bottom or under it, and then the electricity. And then on the right side next to the electricity, it would just be like a O2 symbol. So you would need to press down twice. That's already selected, but you can already, you know, use that to select where you want, and then you press the button to activate the sabotage or something along those lines. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's more better to show. But hopefully this can give some type of idea. So I wrote down pretty much all the tasks and everything on all three of the maps, and hopefully the developers of Innersloth can, you know, take inspiration about that. So first things first, this is from the first map, the Skilled. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the first map, and possibly the most played map that everybody knows and loves. So the radio switch, you could use a D-pad and then a button, and then pull the lever. You can use a stick or a D-pad to pull it down, and to download the files, use a button. And the card, you can press a button to take the card out, and then use the stick to swipe. The fuel station and the fuel tank, you can use a button. And then the electric spin circle, so when we go to electric and you see the 1, 2, and 3, and it just spins around and around, that you can press a button every time to get down with your timing. The wires, you can select with the D-pad. So let's say you have 4 on the right side and it goes to top, so you select with the D-pad, so you go down, click twice on your D-pad, and it goes all the way to the bottom, and then you hold the wire with the button, and then you use your stick to pull and drag across to the other end, and it can connect there. And then the electrical orange buttons, so the buttons that you use to go push up or down, that could be used for sticks. And then the lower engine, when you direct the line, so when you put it in the direction with the line, when you move it up and down, that could be used for a stick. And to to connect with the yellow tubes is when you simply connect the tube that from the yellow electricity to the other one. That can be pressed with a button. And then for Simon Says, you can use the D-pad to select and then click a button to do it. But then we need to tone down how fast the Simon Says goes, so it won't be like they're gonna press the wrong button. And then the number button, the number button, when you can just use the D-pad and then press a button to press on the number. It goes by order 1 through 10. And then the med bay scan, use a button for that. Med bay with the vials, you press the button to start and wait, and then you select the D-pad of whatever vial it is with a button. With the shields you select. There's so much, man. With the shields and everything, you select with the stick and then press with the button. It's one like the little red pentagons or something like that. That's how you do it. The navigation guide ship is when you with the little ship that goes up and down. You can use the stick for that to do it. And then the navigation arm, oh my gosh, there's so much I keep forgetting, but you can use a stick for that. And the leaves and everything you can select and drag with a stick, something like that. They could do it. And then with the weapons, you can use a stick to select or a stick to move around the aiming, and then you can fire with a button. And that's it for the skid. And then for the Amera HQ, but the vending machine, you could use a D-pad and then a button. And for the missing pad, you can put missing item, you could put the D-pad and then the button. And then the growing plants, I think you do the stick and then go up. I think that's how you do that task. And then the pull card, and then use the pin number, you use the button and then the D-pad. Pull up card, then you pull up the card, and you put the pin number, so you just click a button to take it out, and then use the D-pad to select the number, and then press a button with it. And then with the start of the rocket and everything, when you start the rocket and the HQ thing, you just use a button for that. And then for the doors, the button. And then to form crystal when you select and everything and when you select and put everything together, use a D-pad to select whatever crystal, and then you just move the stick around to align it together. And then to move rocks, you use the stick to select and the button to drag them one at a time. And that's about it for the HQ thing. And now we'll go to the final one, which is the Paulus Outpost, something like that. And it's for the ID scan. You will need to press a button and to flip it, and then the stick to move it to set it to scan. To set the temperature that goes up and down with the numbers, you can use the D-pad for that. And the mini outpost with the wires and with electrical outpost or something that uses the white line when you need to connect, you can just use the sticks. It's basically, I forgot how it is. It's just basically you're trying to get to one end, point A to point B. That's all connected. And then to steer the wheel, you can use the sticks. And then for the water jugs, you could press the button for that. And the air tubes, you could use the D-pad to move, and then with the button. And then when you rise or lower the bars, you can use a D-pad to select, and then the stick to move. And then you put pieces and shapes. You put D-pad. You use the D-pad to select, I think, and then a button. And then and then the telescope thing. When you look at the planets, you use a stick for that for the camera. And then you for switches, you can use a D-pad on that and then a button. And then when you fix status on the blue screen, you can just use the button. And the comm thing, you pull down the lever or up. You can use the sticks for that. And then for the keys, you use the stick and then use the button to turn the switch. So I basically describe all the uses that you can use for the console controller to play Among Us. So what I said might be a little bit complicated, and what I mean by the buttons, I'm talking about your A, B, X buttons, and then your sticks, your sticks and everything, and you can use your bumpers and everything that can work as well, and everything. And same thing with the PlayStation. All this could be done in a controller, and I just gave them the tools that they need to do it. And for the final thing they should add a friends thing, the social thing, when you can add friends on Among Us, make an account and just add friends there. That would be really nice if the Among Us team or Innersoft can add that there. And the final thing that they should do with the whole communications thing, so here's my deal. There might be some issues with it, but if they can find a way to do it, then that'll be fine. They should add voice chat, and the type that they did, or the type that was in like the original Call of Duty games, where you're supposed to be in the game and everything, people can talk. Let's say in the pre-lobby, people can talk. It has to be the in-game chat. People can talk and everything. And when the game starts, like, no one can't talk. Like, no one cannot talk in the game. And then until a body is reported or a meeting that is called, people can just, talk on the mic. That's when you're allowed to talk. And if you try to talk in game and everything, no one's going to hear you. They should just do voice chat. And the problem with the voice chat is just like, when people are going to say a bunch of toxic shit or say a lot of racism or all that stuff. And they should have a report system if they are doing that, and find a way to balance it, because people can just take advantage of that and just falsely report people as just saying racism shit, even though they don't do that. But yeah, that's just what I think, man. That's just how I think it's possible for Among Us to be played on console, but we just need to wait and give it time for the Innersoft team to find a way to make it really possible to play it on console and to make it way enjoyable than it already is. So if you guys can please do me a favor and share this out to Innersoft. Hopefully this video can give them any ideas, and if Innersoft, if you're watching this, I hope my ideas can help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. If it did, that'll be great. If not, then oh well, man. Hope you all enjoy. I hope you all have a wonderful morning. And I hope, man, I can barely talk. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is. And I will see you all, lovely ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Later.